Hello, welcome to the Christmas Stories. This was an idea put forward by the marvellous Lex Jones, where various horror story writers read each other's stories in the spirit of the old ghost stories at Christmas. My name's Andrew Freudenberg, and I'm going to read a story by George Daniel Lee. This is called The Oldest Bargain. The same bird, again. Was it that one yesterday or the day before? He thinks so. Strange. They never used to do that, back when he was young, when the world was more certain. He's sure of it. Was it yesterday or this morning? Hard to say. He could ask the ones downstairs, but they'll likely be angry again. They get angry a lot these days. He doesn't understand why. Only questions. He likes to talk to them, likes to know, though he can't always remember their names, why they're here, what they mean to him. Shimmering and songs, tinsel and ornaments. Sweet and spice in the air. He doesn't remember her putting the tree up, but he thinks he tried to help at some point. That she sighed and sent him to sit down with a cup of tea or brandy. Why? Why isn't he at home with the TV and fire and garden frosted outside the patio? Where's the dog? He used to know her name. Bracken, Bess, Lady. He used to remember her so fondly. Now it's all mist and ghosts. He wishes he could go the same way. A boy, an old winter, Christmas in that freezing farmhouse. Stone walls, no central heating, no boiler, only the open fire, the stove, boiling kettles to fill the tin bath, spiders the size of his hand nesting in every crack and corner. He doesn't know about the war, save in the vaguest sense, something that Mum and Dad whisper about when they think he can't hear. Stories on the radio. It might as well be happening in a foreign country, another world. Their worried faces don't scare him. It's all he's ever known. Outside, the ground is frozen hard. The surrounding fields buried in snow so deep he can't wade through it. No playing outside. Not this winter. Too cold, enough to freeze the blood in his veins, to turn his eyes to ice. He stays upstairs with his brothers and sisters, huddling under the same blankets, their breath misting as they whisper stories and secrets to one another. Lies, he'll later learn, when the whispers grow silent and he forgets their names, their faces. All lies, but ones he loves, even now. The same bird, he's sure of it, outside the window, staring in at him with its dark, dark eyes, somehow clearer, more real than everything else. It sees him here as it sees him there, today and yesterday, little boy and old, old man, the not yet formed, the going to sludge in his own head, on his own bones. The boy is fascinated, eager to crawl out of bed and open the window, invite the thing in and feed it scraps of stale ginger loaf. The old man is afraid of what it means, what it brings, of remembering and drowning in his own tears. It's gone from the farmhouse window, from his childhood, with a croak and a flap of wings, the boy all but forgetting it in the next instant, intent on some other game, some new story. But it lingers here, blinking through the frosted glass, silently calling the old man out into the cold. He dreams fitfully through the afternoon while they laugh and drink and eat below. Doorbells, frightening voices, ghosts come to say hello and happy Christmas. He used to know them, but today they're no one. Smoky things with uncertain swimming faces who use words and names he doesn't recognize. It's so tiring. He tries to hold on, to follow them, but he may as well try holding a live fish in his bare frostbitten hands. He can't go down to see them, be amongst them. The thought wearies him beyond words. Can't even bring himself to wake fully. A few moments in this cold room with its bare floorboards, its immense window, the trees and empty sky outside. The bird staring, so patient as it has been all these years. She used to be here, the angel whose name he can't remember, whose name has begun to dissolve behind his eyes, no matter how eagerly he recreates it. He remembers her. Oh, he remembers her. 25 when they first met. How pretty she was. How funny. How clever. So different from him. Able to make friends from perfect strangers with a word, a smile. teaching him how, making him more human, a better man. And later, years and years, endless roast dinners and arguments and bills and dogs and cats, motorcycle rides and foreign holidays. Austria once, South Africa 3 times. And later, screaming and cursing as they first came into the world. Why can't he remember her name? Was it a boy or a girl? How old is she now? And later, when they were old, and there were grandchildren, and he became a child again, getting into more trouble than they did, happy to make them laugh, even if it meant their mother and his angel cussed him for it. He almost smiled, though they're as phantasmal as the rest now. No children any more, men and women in their places, strangers he barely knows. And later, with wires and tubes and beeping machines, with tears and questions and pain, until it stopped, until there were no new stories, and she became just another ghost. The bird comes again today, waiting for him. It's never been far away. He remembers now how it found him almost every day, perched in the branches of trees, on roofs or windowsills, grubbing worms from gardens or fields. At gravesides, mourning with him, croaking its commiserations into skies whose radiance offended him, that should never be beautiful again from this day forth. Always there, eating his eyes and his thoughts, waiting for him to be almost empty so that it might tear him open, carry the blind and shriveled worm at his core away. Standing, shivering, he listens to the voices below. Daughters, sons-in-law, grandchildren, neighbours, friends, unknown to him here, at the end. Alien, no matter how deeply he's loved them, how much he's tried to make them laugh, or safe, or contented. They don't know him, and he doesn't know them. Their world is one of ghosts, and he can't bear to live in it any more. The window sticks in the cold, obliging him to lean against it. It gives all at once, the bird not frightened away, not leaping into the air, taking his one chance of escape with it. Instead, it cocks its head, regarding him with dark, inquiring eyes. Do you remember what was promised? The bargain that was made? Cold air chills his flesh, frost-bitten talons reaching inside. They grip his heart, gently slowing it, freezing blood in its chambers and channels. Yes. An old pact, older than humanity, older than ghosts, older than snow and souls, the same that every born thing makes, forgetting as it grows for the sake of its own sanity. The bird flutters its wings, coming to him now that he no longer stands, the burdens of yesterday unravelling, his breaths misting as they slow. It perches on his trembling chest, cocking its head, pitiless eyes reflecting not the room, not his face, but all the Christmases that have come before, every forgotten joy and repressed disappointment. It doesn't hurt when it goes to work. There's no feeling left in his cold flesh. If anything, it feels like a tumour being lanced, dead and rotten matter being pared away. He rises from inside, from within the mist and muck of forgetting, the worm eager to be free, even if it means it must be devoured. The bird helps, pecking and tearing until its beak is bloody, until bone shards decorate the soiled sheets. Then, when he finally emerges, a newborn blinking in the dying sunlight, it takes him, as he begged it to as a boy, swallowing all that he is whole, carrying him to the broken window. They don't hear down below. Christmas songs and laughter, drunken barks and affectionate arguments, they don't hear, and he doesn't care. Worm-eaten, meat, fungus-minded refuse. He already sees and remembers so much more. The bargains they've made, the ones who watch at windows, patiently waiting to collect. The time will come sooner than any of them dare believe. Spreading wings that are old and new, as stories always are, he takes flight into the cold, happy to forget and be forgotten at last. Thank you very much. Merry Christmas.